everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at a 2009 LEGO Star Wars set. This one is The Battle of Endor. Set 8038, The Battle of Endor, came out back in 2009 with 890 pieces and 12 minifigures. 4 were unique to this set. On the market back then, it was $100. New, if you want it, it is about $280 and used $153. So that is honestly, in my opinion, not that bad. This set is really cool. We don't have anything remade like this at this point. And so I think that this set, even in its age, is worth picking up for that reason alone. And we get very few Endor sets to begin with anyway. Before we do start on the review though, I do want to give you guys a better look at those 12 minifigures. Taking a closer look at these minifigures here, and we get 2 Scout Troopers. These are the old design, relatively plain torsos, but they were definitely nice for the time. And then no printing on the back. These have the cutout visors, so they are just plain black heads underneath. Get a Leia Organa. This was one of the, if not the first rendition of her Endor outfit. And she looks really nice, like the sand blue pants and then the camo top. She has a nice hairpiece and tiny solid dot eyes. R2-D2 with his flat gray dome. Other than that, nothing to report. We also get a reddish brown Chewbacca, and a lot of times the printing on the noses are rather off, and this one has a perfect nose printing, so that is lovely. We get a Death Star Trooper. He's really cool. Same as what you got in the 2008 Death Star, but it's nice to add another one to my collection here. And I do believe these Rebel Endor Troopers are exclusive. We get an angry looking one. And I like his bandolier and belt. Looks very professional. It almost looks like he even has a name tag on the side there. That's so funny. And then this does have printing on the back. And then my favorite out of the 2, I really like when minifigures have beards. I think he looks great. Same exact torso though, just a different head. And then we have Han Solo. And again, he's just wearing brown pants. Very simplistic, but looks good nonetheless for the time. Moving on to the Ewoks, we have Wicket, and he is an updated version. I believe the first updated version since the original vintage one. So he looks really good overall. You can definitely tell it's him with the little X's sewn into the top of his cowl. I think this one's Chief Chirpa, but don't quote me on it. I'll have to put the names because I kind of came unprepared to do this. But here he is in gray. I do believe we see him in another set. I believe he comes in the Ewok Village set also. So nonetheless, very cool little printing on the cowl, and he is gray. And lastly, I simply do not want to take him off this contraption here to put him on the stand, but we do have, I don't know who this is. I was going to say Paplu. I don't think that's right. Maybe it is. I'm not sure. I'll put the name up there. But he looks very similar to Wicket. He just has some different printing on his cowl, and it is a different color. But the Ewoks themselves are the same color brown. All right, so before we get into the set, let's just start with the side builds, because this is like the main, and then I consider these the side builds. So just starting off first with probably the least interesting one, we have to have some opposing forces for the good guys here. So we have this like Ewok catapult. And it doesn't do a very good job of like looking like a tree, or I guess it's built out of a tree perhaps. Nonetheless, I mean, I don't know. It's okay. We have some like rocks right here, and that's going to be the bombs. If I mention bombs, I mean rocks. And you can launch the rocks this way with these like little levers, or just in the center here. You can set a minifigure here, and then there are some weapons in the background, which I do appreciate. It is a fun play feature for sure, but you're definitely going to lose those if you do play with them. I'm sure lots of kids did, but there we are. We have a couple of grass elements. That is one thing I'll say about this set, is I don't really feel like it gives off a lot of forest elements. It's very sparse in that category, but nonetheless, that is okay. Next up, we do have these speeder bikes. We get 2 identical speeder bikes, and these were a really common type of build back around 2008 and 2009, and I really like them. I think that this was like some of the best speeder bikes that Lego made, and they've gone away from it and made them bigger since then, but I really liked the size of these. I thought they were a decent size, and you could fit a character on the back, which I appreciate. You could get a little spot for the backpack. And it was just a fun speeder. Like, these are some of my favorite, and we got them in quite a few sets in different variations over those first few years. Another interesting one that we get, and it's kind of hard to show, but it is on a clear base on this really large clear dish that I appreciate, is this like Ewok glider. And it's got these really big fabric wings, and it's very interesting. The way that the glider connects to the stand is actually through the use of the Ewok. He he clips onto the stand with his feet, and then his hands hold onto the glider, and the Ewok himself holds on to the glider and the stand together. It's kind of an interesting build, but I mean, it's relatively small for being something that's like floating in the air, I guess. I like it. It's really pretty smart. And then it also has a couple of rocks built in here, and then you have a little rock launcher in the back that can drop the rocks, which I think is pretty fun. This is just like, overall, I can see this being a really fun thing to play with and like swoop down on enemies. I definitely give this an A+ for design. And then we have our ATST, the very definition of a chicken walker. This dude seems so big-headed to me, like the legs are so skinny in this model. I don't know. It does have swivel guns, a flick fire missile up top, and you can open the hatch, of course. The head turns as well as the legs. It actually gives off a mechanism in the back here that is a swivel, and if you turn it, the legs walk. However, in theory, that's a really cool design, but in reality, I want to know if anybody has a set, if I built this incorrectly, because I'm legitimately so confused. When you try to make it walk, it can't, because it's just on the ground. I mean, I guess it can go like that, sort of, but like the whole mechanism of this walking apparatus doesn't actually work when the item is on the ground. I think that is so weird. And to me, it makes me dislike this. I mean, the build is pretty cool. It's really top heavy, but I'm very, very impressed with how it handles its weight on the legs. It's actually really cool. And then, of course, our main build here is going to be the main base that the rebels are trying to break into. Right off the bat, you kind of have this like armored siding that I really like. A couple of leaf pieces, and if you can see behind the minifigures, let me move some of them. There are some doors, and you can open the doors. There is a little mechanical feature on the inside that just allows those to open. On the inside here, it does break apart into 3 pieces, so you have a little bit more space. We have these orange things. I don't know what those are for. Fuel reactors are part of, well, I guess they're actually part of what holds the force field around the Death Star too. I guess that's what that is. That's the point of breaking into the space. So I assume that's what this little contraption is, but it doesn't really go into any further detail. We have some printed computer screens right here, and then some swivel chairs, as well as some more computer screens. Inside, you can see the mechanism used to open the doors. Overall, it's pretty roomy. I mean, you got some guns as well, and you can definitely fit in some rebels or some bad guys and fill it up how you please. It is not a bad design. And then, of course, the very best play feature, and one of the funnest play features, actually, that I've ever seen in a Lego set, is the exploding walls. And so if you just press on both of these dishes, the walls blow up. I think that is so fun. These ones didn't eject super well because I have minifigures in front of them, so sorry about that. But it's really, really fun. And if you don't want to have to worry about these like accidentally ejecting while you're displaying the model, on the insides there's like these spring pins. If you just push them, make sure that they're all out, don't push them back in, this function won't work again. It has to be reset. So that's basically it. I do still think it holds up today, mostly because we don't have anything similar that has come out since. But nonetheless, it is a wonderful set. I got this for my mom for Christmas, so I'm very thankful. And I've had it built for a little bit and just finally getting around to make the video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And until next time, bye.